This is the 15th annual
The city of Niagara Falls singled out 3 talented musicians today, honoring their accomplishments and inducting them into the Niagara Falls Arts and Culture Wall of Fame. The COVID-influenced ceremony was held in front of the inductees' immediate family and a few city officials at the Coronation Center. First to be honored was Dr. Maria Vetere, a world-class Italian soprano who, despite performing around the world, has stayed true to her Niagara Falls roots.
I think when you're 5 years old and you're riding your bike and playing in parking lots, and there's, Tim was saying too, there's places in the city that have this memory of childhood, and yet the music was there at that time. And so when you're doing the things you're doing and you're traveling around the world and you're on the stage at Carnegie Hall, or you're on an opera stage in Brazil, you sometimes don't think about that, but on a day like today, you really do. And you remember that child that, used to go home and practice, and all of the things that you learn at that time, at that age, and how it's still applied to your life and your career. So this is just, Niagara is my home. It's always been my home, but it really brought it all together today, being honored like this, and it's just overwhelming and beautiful. I'm so grateful.
For a man who's been teaching piano in the city for over 75 years, Rivoli Isolaro's induction is long overdue. A teacher through and through, he takes joy in the success of his students. His humility was evident both in his speech and when he met with me afterwards.
I never dreamed of this. It's such an honor for me and my students. I really appreciate it.
What was it like to see a former student like Stefan Macchio making an appearance virtually today?
Rivoli, Rita, I love you both. Don't want to cry. I miss you, and congratulations. Beyond deserving of this award.
No, that was a real surprise. In fact, I sent Stefan an email about a month ago, and he didn't respond. So I wondered what was going on. And now I know. I had no idea he had done this. I'm very proud of Stefan, as well as others, but he was special to me.
Rounding out this year's inductees was country music recording star Tim Hicks. The 4-time Juno nominee got his start in music just down the road from today's ceremony at the Ontario Conservatory of Music. His early work on stages across Niagara eventually led to 18 top 10 radio hits and sold-out shows from coast to coast.
I started as a working musician, and I still really identify as a working musician versus like an artist, I just wanted to make music my living. And so for me, things like this are gravy. And along the way, it was just a matter of finding gigs and keeping them. So I did any kind of music that I could, all different sorts of bands, traveled around the world playing in tribute bands, cruise ships, came back, played lots of bars for years and years and years. So one day just sort of woke up and went, I guess this isn't a phase I'm going through. You know what I mean? So there's been a lot of just sort of rolling with it as gigs come. And, when I discovered that I belonged in country music, I'm sort of a country rock guy, so I'm lucky that my music has found a home on country radio. But once I discovered that that's sort of where I belonged, things started to happen, and that was a lot of fun those days.
The accomplishments of today's inductees will find a permanent home when the soon-to-be-completed Niagara Falls Exchange opens in 2022. From Niagara Falls, reporting for The Source, I'm Mitchell Glass.